Today, I'm diving into the top 12 best exclusive games on Switch 2 you absolutely must play, the titles that truly define this new generation. These aren't just good games, they're the reason Switch 2 exists, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which ones deserve your time first. Splatoon Raiders is an upcoming spin-off in Nintendo's iconic Splatoon universe, confirmed as an exclusive experience for Nintendo Switch 2, with its release date still officially unannounced. This time, the series takes a bold step away from its familiar turf war structure, inviting players into a more story-driven and exploratory adventure. You step into the role of a character known as the Mechanic and set out on a journey to the mysterious Spiralite Islands, a location shrouded in intrigue and unanswered questions. Alongside you are the members of Deep Cut, the recognizable trio introduced in Splatoon 3, who accompany you throughout this new chapter. Early information emphasizes narrative depth and exploration as central pillars of the experience, positioning the game as a clear departure from the franchise's traditional team-based competitive focus. While Nintendo has deliberately kept most gameplay mechanics under wraps, what has been revealed already suggests a fresh, experimental direction that expands the Splatoon universe in unexpected ways. Donkey Kong Bonanza is Donkey Kong's major new adventure for Nintendo Switch 2, officially set to launch on July 17, 2025, and developed and published by Nintendo as a full exclusive for the platform. This 3D platforming action-adventure places players in direct control of Donkey Kong as he dives deep into a richly detailed underground world, joined by allies such as Pauline, on a mission to recover stolen treasures and uncover long-buried secrets. The game blends classic platforming fundamentals with large-scale destructible environments, allowing Donkey Kong to punch through walls, dig through terrain, and carve new paths directly through the world itself. These mechanics create a dynamic sense of freedom and constant momentum, while also serving as a technical showcase for what the Switch 2 hardware is capable of delivering. With its ambitious design, polished execution, and reverence for Donkey Kong's legacy, the game has already been widely praised by critics and fans as one of the platform's standout titles. The Duskbloods is a brand new action role-playing experience developed by From Software exclusively for Nintendo Switch 2, officially revealed during a Nintendo Switch 2 Direct presentation, and currently slated for release in 2026. Known for landmark titles such as Elden Ring and the Dark Souls series, From Software takes a strikingly different approach here by blending multiplayer-focused PvPvE action with a dark, gothic fantasy aesthetic. The game supports up to 8 players in intense matches where participants choose from supernatural, vampire-like warriors known as the Bloodsworn, each wielding distinct weapons and abilities. Players must navigate encounters that pit them not only against other competitors, but also against dangerous environmental enemies that demand tactical awareness and precision. The Duskbloods leans heavily into atmospheric storytelling, layered world-building, and deep, methodical combat systems, while also embracing competitive and cooperative community play in ways that mark a notable evolution for the studio. Kirby Air Riders is an exclusive racing game for Nintendo Switch 2, officially launching on November 20th, 2025, and serving as the long-awaited sequel to the cult classic Kirby Air Ride originally released on the GameCube. The beloved pink hero returns to high-speed action under the direction of Masahiro Sakurai, the creator of Kirby and Super Smash Bros., with development handled by Bandai Namco Studios and Sora Limited. Building on the foundation of its predecessor, the game introduces multiple gameplay modes, including single-player racing, online multiplayer competition, a story-driven mode, and an expanded roster of vehicles and characters. Classic Kirby charm is woven seamlessly into modern racing design, resulting in vibrant tracks, smooth mechanics, and competitive gameplay that can be enjoyed either solo or with friends. The combination of nostalgia and fresh ambition positions Kirby Air Riders as a major highlight in the Switch 2 lineup. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is the next major entry in Nintendo's celebrated tactical role-playing series. Developed by Intelligent Systems and scheduled to release exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026. Officially announced during a Nintendo Direct event in September 2025, the game continues the franchise's long-standing tradition of turn-based tactical combat built around strategic unit placement, deliberate planning, and deep character progression. Early indications suggest that Fortune's Weave expands upon the series' established lore, potentially tying into the Three Houses timeline through familiar elements such as crest stones and hints of returning characters seen in initial trailers. At the same time, it introduces a fresh narrative centered on new protagonists and a competitive event known as the Heroic Games. With richly animated battles, a cinematic storyline, and classic Fire Emblem mechanics refined to take full advantage of Switch 2 hardware, the game aims to deliver both continuity for longtime fans and a compelling new chapter for the series.
It is in...
You think I'd let you deny me my feelings? I refuse to accept.
Survival Kids is a cooperative survival adventure developed by Konami exclusively for Nintendo Switch 2, launching on June 5th, 2025, the very same day the console itself releases. Set across a chain of mysterious islands, the game begins when a sudden storm destroys a boat carrying 4 children, leaving them stranded far from home with nothing but their wits and each other. Players must explore diverse environments, gather essential resources, craft tools, fish for food, cook meals, and solve environmental puzzles in order to survive and gradually uncover a path back home. Every system is built around cooperation, with mechanics designed to encourage teamwork and shared problem-solving rather than solo play. The game supports up to 4 players in online co-op as well as local 2-player play, making shared exploration a core part of the experience.
Youthful enthusiasm and a profound lack of preparation. Boom! Terrible.
Mario Kart World is an exclusive Nintendo Switch 2 launch title that released worldwide on June 5th, 2025, debuting alongside the console itself and marking the first entirely new mainline Mario Kart entry built specifically for this generation of hardware. While it preserves the familiar kart racing foundation that defines the series, the game introduces ambitious new ideas that dramatically expand its scope. Chief among them is an open-world free roam mode, allowing players to drive freely across visually connected regions and explore the world beyond traditional race tracks. Races are enhanced with dynamic weather systems and full day and night cycles, adding visual variety and subtle gameplay shifts. A new Knockout Tour mode strings multiple races together without breaks, pushing endurance and consistency to the forefront. For the first time in the series, races now support up to 24 players simultaneously, doubling the standard player count.
You can go off the racetrack and drive virtually everywhere in this world. You can also freely drive around this vast world in free roam.
Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is a brand new platforming adventure coming to Nintendo Switch 2 in spring 2026, introducing a whimsical yet mysterious new chapter in Yoshi's long-running series. The story begins peacefully before taking a strange turn when a peculiar talking book known as Mr. E falls from the sky and crashes into Yoshi's world. Its pages are filled with unknown creatures and unexplored mysteries, prompting Yoshi to leap directly into the illustrated worlds contained within the book. Each page becomes a unique environment to explore, blending classic side-scrolling platforming with puzzle solving, creature interaction, and shifting level themes shaped by the book's contents. The art style embraces a handcrafted, storybook-inspired aesthetic that evokes nostalgia while still feeling fresh and imaginative. As Yoshi helps complete Mr. E's encyclopedia by discovering and documenting new beings, The game celebrates exploration, curiosity, and charm.
It looks like there are study this flower-like creature. Creature is stuck. It seems like the dandelion. As you wander through the book,
Drag X Drive is a distinctive sports title developed and published by Nintendo exclusively for Nintendo Switch 2. Released digitally on the Nintendo eShop on August 14, 2025. The game centers on fast-paced 3-on-3 matches inspired by wheelchair basketball, reimagined through a stylized and energetic lens. Players control characters seated in wheelchair-like vehicles, navigating the court using the Joy-Con 2 controller's mouse mode, physically sliding them to steer, pivot, and line up shots. Movement and control are deeply tied to motion-based inputs, making physical engagement a defining part of the experience. The action emphasizes teamwork, trick moves, and high-impact plays such as dunks, creating an intense rhythm of offense and defense. Drag X Drive supports both local and online play, allowing players to team up with friends or compete against others in quick, competitive matches that highlight the unique control features of the Switch 2. Pokémon Pokopia is an upcoming life simulation spin-off scheduled to launch on Nintendo Switch 2 on March 5, 2026, offering a cozy and slow-paced reinterpretation of the Pokémon universe. Developed by Omega Force and published by Nintendo alongside the Pokémon Company, the game places players in the role of a Ditto that has transformed into a human-like form. Rather than focusing on battles, the core experience revolves around building and crafting, as you gather resources such as wood, berries, and rocks, cultivate fields, construct furniture and habitats, and gradually transform an empty land into a living community where Pokémon can thrive. As relationships deepen, players gain access to Pokémon moves that interact directly with the environment, using abilities like leafage or surf to reshape terrain and unlock new possibilities.
you can make grass grow, till the fields, and grow delicious crops. It's just waiting to be shaped by a
Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment is a large-scale hack-and-slash action title developed by Koei Tecmo's AAA Game Studio, in close collaboration with Nintendo, releasing exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2 on November 6, 2025. As part of the Hyrule Warriors spin-off lineage, the game blends the sweeping, enemy-filled battlefields of Dynasty Warriors-style combat with the mythic world of The Legend of Zelda. This entry serves as a direct prequel to The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, transporting players back to the era of the Imprisoning War, an ancient and pivotal conflict long referenced within the series lore. Players step into the heart of this war alongside key figures such as Princess Zelda, King Rauru, and other heroes as they confront the overwhelming forces of Ganondorf. Combat unfolds against massive hordes of enemies, encouraging fluid combos, crowd control, and strategic positioning, while the creative use of Zonai devices adds an extra tactical layer to turning the tide of battle.
which character to swap to in any situation. Zonai device. Depending on the pair, Sync Strikes can deal high damage or
Fast Fusion is a high-speed racing exclusive for Nintendo Switch 2, launching on June 5, 2025, the same day the console itself arrives. Designed as a futuristic anti-gravity racing experience, the game throws players into blisteringly fast competitions across a wide range of visually striking environments, from towering redwood forests and icy alpine peaks to glowing neon-drenched cityscapes. Central to the experience is the signature fusion mechanic, which allows players to combine different vehicles into entirely new machines, merging stats, performance traits, and visual designs to suit their racing style. This system introduces a strategic layer to progression, encouraging experimentation and customization as players fine-tune their creations for speed, handling, or acceleration.